here on the 5 metre with 6 touches. Some familiar names in the CSSC Touch London side: Tom Hall, Lewis Lau, Henry Stratford, Nicholas Southgate, all involved. There's Chris Wall as well. He's currently looking to try and move forward. Southgate back to Wall, looking to try and get through. It's Lewis Lau. And doesn't just before that slight touch. It was Claire Waddle actually in the end. Southgate involved. Here's Chris Wall now with Waddle in the centre. Southgate looking to push forward, nicely picked up, and then looking to right and trying to find Evan Michaels. Waddle, Michaels now in event. Southgate looks to go long into that far side. A brilliant take, but a great touch. And that is the turnover. And Hot Custard had defended that first attack really well. Got bodies across that defensive line. And now Hot Custard can now come forward, and they move forward now. Angus Goff in the middle over the 5 metre, driving forward. Comes into the centre. A nice move now. Chris Arnold in the middle, looking to go out wide. Oh, and just over Katrina Weir, just on this near side, looking to take it over head height. It was Chris Arnold coming through the centre and looked to go wide and looking to try and spread that CSSC London defence. Oh, but a brilliant take, Arnold, but just couldn't grab it. And it was nearly in there for the first touchdown of the day. And it was nearly a fantastic interception from Chris Arnold, looking to come through. Here's looking to try and come CSSC over the halfway. Hall. Now Andrew Dyer involved. He was a key influential player back in Manchester 2 weeks ago. Hall and Dyer in the middle. Colin Scott as well is there to the right. Scott now does pick it up. Looks to dive for the line. Oh, but a great touch. And that was the 6th touch. So turnover in possession now of Hot Custard. No score so far in the opening couple of minutes. And Hot Custard looking to start from the back. Chris Arnold once again involved. Goldman now driving over the 5 metre, looking to come forward. Goldman again in the middle with Ashley Ward as well there, just dictating the play. Goldman again, a nice little tap with a boot, lays it off, lays it off to Arnold. A lovely bit of play from Goldman, trying to break through, and just at the very last stopped. And Hot Custard can't get through on this occasion. And CSSC London survived that attack, and they look to build themselves the attack themselves. Waddle involved. Lewis Lau now as well. Here's Colin Scott over their own 10 metre, driving forward at every opportunity, making up the yards, doing really well. Here's Chris Wall, a nice arcing run through the centre, picked up by Southgate. Nice little dummy and looks to go wide. Oh, the pass is loose and the turnover. But a good start from both sides. Good bit of tempo that from CSSC, looking to try and force the initiative, get the first try of the morning. But at the moment, it remains 0-0. And Hot Custard look to start from their own half. A lovely drive from Ashley Ward, looking to go through, but the referee has seen something, and the turnover in possession now in favour of CSSC, just inside the Hot Custard half, now over the 10 metre with Chris Wall. Nice lay off Waddle, and now with Nicholas Southgate. Southgate laying it back off to Claire Waddle. Michaels with Waddle now. Michaels driving forward. Waddle gets it back to Michaels, looks to try and go out wide. Rebecca Maxwell just on this near side touchline, looking for that space. Maxwell is there once again. Michaels on, just trying to sneak through. I think the Ashley Ward thought the touch had gone. And the turnover in possession. It looked a bit forward, that one, but not according to the referee, and looking to come on forward now. David Lowe trying to find Indy Angel Auld. A few new faces in this Hot Custard side we're seeing for the first time. Looking to come forward. Driving forward. Oh, just at the very last, just trying to control it. The pass was fizzed in over to Angel Auld, but just couldn't control. And it goes begging, and it remains scoreless in this first half. Oh, but a critical turnover in possession now. Alexander Willis looking bemused. And Hot Custard now, great chance of 6 touches now deep into the CSSC London half. Can they make the first breakthrough then of the morning? Looking to come forward. A nice arcing run, dives for the line. And an important touch just in the nick of time. Ashley Ward now. Matthew Hungerford involved, and here comes Angus Goff looking to drive for the line, looking for support. Oh, and a great touchdown. It was Jake Hogan who was there to support him, and that's the first score of the day. And Hot Custard take the lead against CSSC London in this opening game in Elite Pool B. The Belief Elite National Touch Series here in Oxford. And Hot Custard have the breakthrough at last. It's been a bit of you attack, we attack, and finally we have a score on the board. Here's Claire Warder looking to come forward. Colin Scott involved. Can they reply straight away? Waddle involved again. Here's Hall. Now with Scott looking for Andrew Dyer. Maxwell just on the edge, but Dyer just couldn't control it. And turnover in possession. Maxwell looking good pressure for Maxwell. On Kendall Fry on this near side. Maxwell it's Fry. This could be an interesting matchup. On the halfway line now. Harry Goldman involved. Chris Arnold, Goldman just in the centre there. Ashley Ward in the middle. Sam Jones, first we'll look at Jones then for Hot Custard as well. Here he is on the ball, looking to go left but opts to go right, and driving forward now is Chris Arnold looking to go inside, and a dive! Oh, and just at the very last, a touch from CSSC. But I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Chris Wearmouth. Chris, well, we've had mixed weather the last 2 rounds, but this is sun-soaked here in Oxford.
Mixed weather? It's beautiful to be actually outside and commentating in person, so to speak, as opposed to in the back of the production van, which we needed to do in Manchester 2 weeks ago, where it was positively, I'm not going to say it was Baltic at times, and it was torrential at times, and the pitches cut up all the way through. And to come, and dare I say, the sun's always out at Oxford, it seems. But this is it's brilliant conditions and fantastic for Touch to be here again. It's the second year that we've been at Oxford, and they're very welcoming, and they love having us. We love being here, and a massive thanks to John and Will and the rest of the team from Oxford for the way they've got everything set up.
Yes, so this is our 3rd round of the Belief Elite National Touch Series. So Manchester was the 2nd and Banbury was the 1st. Hot Custard currently leading by 1-0 in this first game. Both sides. What do you reckon then, Chris, in this opening game? CSSC, we know a lot about them. Of course, they've got to the final, Elite Cup final in Banbury. Have got some good names in their side, but Hot Custard as well, a decent outfit themselves.
Yeah, Hot Custard, because they're one of the more social clubs, they have a pretty transient group of players. By nature, there's a lot of Australians and Kiwis and South Africans who play for Hot Custard in London, and as a result, you never quite know what Hot Custard's going to turn up. You know that they're always going to be talented, but you don't know that but in terms of the players that stand out, is that you're not entirely sure how they're going to be. CSSC, much more stable. I think we've seen them develop a massive amount over the past, this year in particular, in comparison to last year. We saw them run BBR close in Banbury in round 1 in the final, and then even closer in the semi-final last time, where it went down to the very last play of the game after the hooter. So it's so for them, they're going to want to at least make the semi-finals this time out, and if not, make another final. But it's going to be stiff competition over the course of the weekend.
It certainly is, and we saw some cracking games in Manchester, like you said, Chris. We saw some games that went to drop off, some close games. Can Hot Custard just get in again? A critical touch just before the line.
What we're seeing with today is the difference having that quality of pitch and the quality of the conditions, is that all of a sudden we're seeing a faster game. So in Manchester 2 weeks ago, we saw when the sun was out, we saw a good bit of pace, but here we're seeing that right from the off. You know, the grass is relatively short and it's dried up. When we got here first thing this morning, it was still very dewy, but you know, there's not a cloud in the sky. Those have all burnt off, and as a result, the pitches will dry out and will and is very firm underfoot, and we'll see rapid touch all the way through. So every team's got from the game on, they've then got so they've got an hour and 20 minutes between their games, and so there's plenty of time to recover, get hydrated, and carry on. And so we're seeing now with CSSC attacking, they're just going straight at the middle. There's loads of place. Chris Wall picking it up and then getting the ball back again, and they'll look to spread the wall wide just there. And just goes to ground on the way out to Bex Maxwell here on the near side touchline. But you know, so we're seeing this right from the off.
Yeah, we certainly are. CSSC looking to try and get back into this one early doors. Hot Custard looking to come from the back, of course, winning possession again and looking to drive on forward. Here's Harry Goldman in the centre, and now finding Leah Cuthbertson, and also looking to go out wide as Chris Arnold just losing his footing, looking back at the pitch. Bit of a swan dive to the floor, but he picks himself up and they go again. And
I hope he stamps those divots down. You know, it's like a golfer. You know, he's left a bit of a divot in there from the chip. But what's interesting with Custard is that Leah Cuthbertson's lined up on the wing. Now, what she will normally play further into the middle when she's playing in the single gender, and has the ability to switch in. And we saw that, you know, with the more experienced female players with teams, they get the chance. So Lois Lau, they're getting the ball off, and you know, CSSC utilising their experienced female players as playmakers and leaving the men further out. And we'll see that the same thing with Custard as the game progresses. You know, say with the likes of Leah Cuthbertson.
There we go, CSSC from their own half over their 10-metre. Chris Arnold making the yards up through the middle and then looking to switch it over to this near side. And a good picture of play. Matthew Hungerford now involved. And now here's Goldman looking to drive on forward. Hungerford picks it up once again. David Lowe as well involved in the middle. Combination play between the three of them and looking to drive forward. Harry Goldman in the centre.
So what Custard have done now is they've created a bit more space on their right-hand side with that. You saw the player come inside on a very quick wrap to create an extra player on the Hot Custard left, and then what that does is that then drags over the CSSC defence over in the same direction, which then frees up space on the right. And in these kind of conditions, at this level, the two players in the middle will have the ability to ping out a 15-20 metre pass out to the winger on the far side to dot it down unopposed. Good defending there by CSSC. They got dragged across, but they didn't get too dragged across.
Yeah, both defences have been relatively solid so far. Only the one score at the moment. Chris Wall looking to change that though, but loose control from Claire Waddle in the middle. Just couldn't control it. It was a fisting pass from Chris Wall from right to left. And then Hot Custard looking to break from the back, looking to eat up the yards on this near side. Kendall Fry involved. And the turnover in possession. I think halfway.
We're seeing quite a high error rate at the minute, but I think that's more down to the pace that the teams are looking to play first off the bat. So this is their first game of the day. A lot of them have travelled here. So these two teams have travelled up from London this morning. So maybe just shaking the rust out of themselves, and they're trying to be a little bit too eager. I think if they slow it down a little bit, maybe play at 95%, and then they'll probably get more reward for that.
Well, just on the Hot Custard 5 metre now, CSSC. Chris Wall to bring things back. Michaels now, Waddle to the right. She picks it up. Michaels again over, looking to go to more central. Oh, but interception. And brought back. But a good turnover in possession and again holding out defensively.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of inexperience from Evan Michaels there. Custard are a little bit. So that's a penalty then given for offside for Hot Custard, which has been given by the sideline. I think the Hot Custard bench were saying that the retreating CSSC player had interfered at the breakdown, interfered at the roll the ball as Chris Wall goes out wide. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of having the experienced player. So Lois Lau, very experienced player. When she's playing with at England level in the single gender team, she plays a lot closer in, in terms of the playmaking position. So she's got great ball playing skills. So the ability for somebody like Chris Wall, who plays in the middles for the men's 30s, the men's 35s. He can get the ball out wide like that, and that's exactly what these conditions can offer. And to tie everything up at one apiece. Great bit of play there by CSSC.
Certainly was. Chris Wall and Lewis Lau combining that for the equalising try, and we're back all square once again. Hot Custard looking to make amends though. Chris Arnold now looking to go out wide. Good take by Fry. Can she get inside? No. And again, that CSSC London defence spread and holds them out once again. Angus Goff now in the middle.
So what Goff was trying to do there, he's trying to get the player to come on a bit of a switch, and then to try and hold up, cause a bit of uncertainty in the CSSC defence. But it's quite easy if you're switched on defensively. It's quite easy to maintain that. It's just a question of communication. When it's that far out and isn't happening as quickly as that. If that starts to happen at a quicker bit, so we saw earlier on where Custard were bringing players round on that kind of switch a lot quicker, that's the point where the defences can get sucked in. But at that kind of pace, that's relatively straightforward for the CSSC mids to defend.
Here comes Waddle. Now Michaels. Henry Stratford involved, looking to dive for the line and just waiting for the confirmation from the referee, and CSSC London have turned this one around. They are 2-1 up, and it was a diving in drive from Henry Stratford. Just got to the try line, saw the gap and went for it, and 2-1.
What we saw in Manchester 2 weeks ago, people diving out and sliding in and using the ball two-handedly and then using the conditions to their advantage. What we saw there is what you can do in this weather, is you can still dive, but you can go out and you can stretch out with one hand, which gives you that extra 6 inches, which is exactly what was used on that occasion there.
And here comes CSSC once again in their own 10 metre, looking to get to that far side where we see the rolling subs coming on, and that's a key factor in any of these games you'll see today. And looking to come, and here's Stratford, here's Scott. Bit of a terrier is Scott, and looking Stratford once again, looking for support. Oh, and Scott just couldn't get it down under pressure, looking for that support for Stratford. And on this occasion, as CSSC lose out on that one. And now here come Hot Custard, making up the yards really well and getting on this near side and bringing some fresh legs on. And here comes Angus Goff once again. He's been in the thick of things so far. Chris Arnold picking up. He's taking his cap off, obviously means business. And here comes Goff linking up with Chris Arnold through the middle. Goff again, looking to go out wide, diving for the line. And that was the 6th touch, so turnover.
Lovely bit of play there by Hot Custard. They were looking to create the player over, but they've got the pace to be able to just go round the outside of the link. In that situation, is that you're looking to create a male on female mismatch in that situation, so male link against female link. But as we've said before, is that the CSSC team is packed with experience. So they're not the opens players. They're all age group players, so they're all in the seniors setup. So the 35s, the women's 35s, the women's 27s, and so on. So what that does do is that gives them obviously that bit more experience, but they're all used to coming up against players very recently in the World Cup, the likes of New Zealand and Australia. And so that actually counts for an awful lot when it comes to the defensive situations that we've been talking about.
Here comes Hogan, big presence in the middle of that Hot Custard front line at the moment, and linking up Harry Goldman, also been in the thick of things. There goes that hooter, the final phase of the half, and that is half time, and CSSC London lead at the break by 2 points to 1. It's been a fast, high energetic half, both sides giving it their all, but at the break it's CSSC London who lead by 2 points to 1 over Hot Custard. Second half will be only moments away.
This is your 2-minute warning, ladies and gents. Remember to keep hydrated.
Arnold looking to traffic, Hungerford back in, great touch. Old there, making way. Chris Arnold. See Hungerford in the middle, what can they do? Chris Arnold back to Hungerford, looking to drive through. Arnold dives to the line. And a touch, but still chance for Hot Custard. Chris Arnold and Hungerford now linking up once again, looking to go wide. Oh, a brilliant take and a brilliant try. Ashley Ward for Hot Custard. That was great play by Chris Arnold and Matthew Hungerford in the middle. And there was Ashley Ward to pick it up and go for the line. And we're back all square once again. A brilliant pickup and a brilliant dive. And we are 2 apiece a couple minutes in to the second half. How does CSSC reply now? Here comes Henry Stratford. He was a bit of a linchpin in the side, back up in Manchester. Andrew Dyer now involved. Here's Kendall Fry as well. Stratford looking to waltz his way through. A lovely little jink, gets it to Dyer, gets it down. And the try is given, and that was brilliant individual play by Henry Stratford. He weaved in and out and found Andrew Dyer, and that is a perfect response for CSSC.
First half I was talking about communication and defence, and that time it's communication between Henry Stratford and Nantwich. You can see he's dancing, he's going left and right, the custom players coming to make the touch. Stratford thinks he's offside, talks to the referee, looks up at the referee, you can see that, and the referee's going to play through, play on. They are offside, so you've got a free play essentially, and they utilise that to the field, so great communication.
And here come Hot Custard looking to go for the line once again. Oh, the referee just seeing the touch. Angus Goff it was, bursting over the 5 metre and diving for it one-handed. Trying this time, and Hot Custard still have possession though, and here is Goff linking up with Harry Goldman once again. A turnover in possession, and that chance has gone.
Good pressure from CSSC in defence there, and also is that they, everybody on that side lifted their hands up to show that if the ball was coming their way, it was just going to rebound, not that they're playing at it. If they're playing at the ball, then it's going to be a fresh set of 6 for Hot Custard. If it just rebounds off them, it's just a ball to round. And so that's very aware play. All that experience we were talking about in the first half.
Looking to go wide, just couldn't reach. It was Alexandra Willis just over on that far side, just couldn't get to it. It was Colin Scott who was in the thick of things then as well in the middle for CSSC. Turnover now, and Hot Custard looking to build inside their own half onto this near side, and maybe a bit of fresh faces now, and here they come. Matthew Hungerford looking to weave in and out and lays it off and finds Sam Jones. Sam Jones once again, Chris Arnold to the left, looking to go right. Has to be brought back a bit, just taking his time, finding the angle. Now opportunity here for Hot Custard.
It's good attacking to create the opportunity there by Custard. You can see them looking to move infield a bit, and then all of a sudden take the step off to come in on the right hand side. Sam Jones just looking up and then just stepping off his left to try and pull the CSSC defence to try and create a bit of space and a couple of phases down the line.
Ashley Ward in the middle, and now here is Chris Arnold looking to go from right to left and looking to try and get Sam Jones involved. And just fizzed in and couldn't control it. I think there was the covering defence there of Lewis Lau anyway.
Yeah, the late pass by Sam Jones, so it's a restart penalty from CSSC. One of those ones where in this situation there's it's a very fine line between a late pass and an absolutely perfectly timed one. It tends to be that if the ball's on its way out as you're getting touched, then it'll be play on, but it's very much a judgment call from the referee, obviously.
Well, here comes CSSC deep into the Hot Custard half. Chris Wall, Southgate back to Wall. That's a lay off and trying to push his way forward. Nicholas Southgate involved, Michaels with Wall. Those three in the middle. Southgate now just slowing things down. Claire Waddle to the right. Wall is there now, picks it up, back to Waddle, diving for the line.
What they did is that Claire Waddle came from her link position out to the left to Finnan at left mid, which then puts a bit more pace and puts male links on both sides. And what she's got is, again, the experience and the understanding to be able to manipulate the play as a playmaker. So it's quite deliberate from CSSC, that.
Yeah, lots of experience in this CSSC side. Lots of familiar names we've seen from the opening 2 rounds. And here come Hot Custard through the middle. Can they try and work it out to the wings? Oh, but a turnover. Just couldn't control it right. Jake Hogan. It's a big presence in the middle of that Hot Custard line. And more going over to that far side, and a few fresh faces now come on. Oh, and on the halfway line, turnover called by the ref, and Hot Custard now looking to go to that far side. David Lowe with Matthew Hungerford looking to find Jake Hogan. Oh, and just that pass inside. Angle-hold. That would have been a fantastic grab if she managed to hold out, and she was through as well. But turnover, and CSSC now regain possession and looking to get things started quickly, spreading it from left to right. Really quick, sharp, short passes. Lewis Lau in the thick of things now. Colin Scott is there, but nice burst forward. Lewis Lau picks it up on the halfway. Now with that man Scott. Oh, but a loose control. And like you said, Chris, is it just because of that high intensity and that tempo that we are seeing that more errors than we have previously in the opening 2 rounds?
Yeah, I think so. There's always that temptation, as we said in the first half, to really go for it hell for leather right from the off when you see the conditions like this. But that's obviously not taking into account the pacing that you can do in a 40-minute game, that you can't do in a 20-minute game where you have to go hell for leather from the start. But from a 40-minute, you've got time to size each other up. You've got time to try a few things out. And that one's been given. That's been given on the far side. Great, lovely dive there through. And and they deemed that the ball came out as the loss of control once it had hit the whitewash and then comes bobbling out. And you know, it's a lovely bit of play. That the grass is still a little bit dewy, but. As the weekend goes on, there's going to be more, I think, burns from people sliding in from that far out.
Yeah.
And it ties things up once again.
It certainly does. And we're going into this latter stages of the second half, all square. And who's going to claim it? So 10 minutes remaining then. Nicholas Southgate's in the middle with Michaels to the left and Chris Wall to the right. Michaels lays it off to Wall, looking at that far side. Alexander Willis is there. Wall dives for the line. But a touch just in the nick of time. Here's Wall though, and looking to spread it out to this near side. Maxwell diving. Oh, but a brilliant touch. It was Catriona Weir just there in the corner to stop Bex Maxwell just going through. And that was good defence from Hot Custard. Now on the halfway line. Weir involved, and now laying off to Angus Goff. Hungerford involved, back with that man Hungerford over the 10 metre, driving forward. This is really good pace from Hot Custard. Chris Arnold now into the middle for Goff. Oh, but defensive work by Michaels, but they've certainly picked up the pace there, did Hot Custard, going through the middle. Yeah, they did, and the standout bit of play for that was the little offload, a couple of phases previously to that, because CSSC are only sending one player up to try and shut that down. In that case, it was Chris Wall, and then Custard have picked that up, and then just a little pop inside just to bypass that and keep that momentum up. I mean, it's good play by, CSSC did what they had to do in the end to shut it down, but to give the fresh set of 6. But fantastic bit of just straight up driving play, nothing too complicated from Custard. And here they come, Hot Custard, only a couple of metres away, and now 7 or 8 metres. Now Chris Arnold linking up Hungerford, and now looking to go. It was Goff actually involved, looking to try and find David Lowe in the middle, but just over his head and couldn't control it. And even though they're deep into their own half, CSSC, they do have possession, and Michael's involved. And looking to come forward. There's Willis.
It's what you saw there from Custard with some really good attacking, but lacking some of the cohesiveness that you see from the CSSC and the teams that are more established or that have been training together a lot more. In that situation, the Custard guys were, they're all the right intention, but just lacked that little final bit of play just that you need to break CSSC down in that situation.
Does that just all come in training and tactics work? How does that improve over time?
Just familiarity, really. I think what you're seeing from Custard is nothing that's, there's nothing too complicated what they're doing, but it's all stuff that if you've grown up playing touch, you'll take it as second nature in terms of like things like the wrapping, the creating the extra player, the switching, so on and so forth. So exactly what we've seen Custard do just then. That stuff is pretty basic at this level, but what you then need and that 5 to 10 meters out, that goal line attack, a lot of some more set plays, and where a player, so we saw that was the mids and the link were very close together in Custard in that situation, where the link, if they're more used to playing together, then they're going to be a little bit further out.
So Hot Custard in their own half on looking to try and come forward. I think it was Hogan who looked to pick up the pace, but being brought back and have to start once again over the halfway line, but making up some good yardage through the middle. Hungerford involved, and now here comes Harry Goldman, taken over by Chris Arnold. And now here comes Angus Goff, almost takes it as he was running onto the pitch, and now Sam Jones driving forward, doing well. Chris Arnold picks up that ball and looking to get over. Oh, but another critical touch. Just a bit of deliberation with the referees.
Yeah, so what the call was there from Chris Arnold is that he was asking the referee if Chris Wall had been deviating, and indeed he had, and that's created the score. Lovely bit of a score there for Indy Angelold. I think that's how you pronounce the surname, or Angelold?
Angelold, I think, Indy Angelold.
But that's created the situation for it. But what was happening there is that, and you'll see this later on, in particular with London Scorpions, who are coming up next, is that you start off on a particular line, and then after about 2 or 3 paces, 2 or 3 meters, is that the attacker will then go off on a slightly different line. The defender can't go with them. And what happens, because as soon as you do that, it's then a penalty for deviation, that's what it's called. So what happened there is that the attacking player, so that was Chris Arnold, was running straight at Chris Wall, went off in a slightly different angle. The referee said Chris Wall went with him and then gave the penalty.
Oh, coming through, but has the referee brought it back? No, I think he's going to give the try. And he certainly has. It's Maxwell just on this near side touchline, and we're back all level once again. An instant reply from CSSC.
So that's the difference between a team that's very settled at this level, as CSSC are. So that's those bit more team plays that I was talking about, whereas the previous one was very much a piece of kind of almost standard play, and to create that space for Bex Maxwell to take advantage of.
Here's Chris Wall. So the back all square. Can they get back in front? Colin Scott now. Michaels is to the left, but he goes for Wall on just diving forward. It was a low pass towards the ankles, but Chris Wall just couldn't pick it up. And now Hot Custard. Look at the turn of pace in this. Chris Arnold involved and looking to that far side. Chris Arnold into the middle. Angus Goff involved. Harry Goldman's just behind him. Goldman does pick it up. Fresh start here for Hot Custard. Angus Goff.
What Custard were doing just then, it's a real shame they've let that slip, because what they're very good at doing is attacking the same channel in defence. So you saw there is that there's little pops off the floor. The player who's taken the touch, getting back into the play and coming straight back into it, and they're attacking the same person to try and encourage them almost to make the touch from an offside position, to not get back the minimum 5 meters. And you just do that through pace and basic skills, and that's exactly what and that's a lovely piece of driving play from Custard there. Just a pity that they couldn't then capitalise on it with the set of 6 deep in the CSSC half.
Well, they do have it back here. They survive that bit of pressure from CSSC, but then a mistake there, and now a real good opportunity now for CSSC London, and just a mistake at the back. Can they capitalise on this? There's Lewis Loud just coming on into the middle here with Nicholas Southgate. He slows it down completely. Claire Waddle now back inside for Southgate. Henry Stratford picks it up. He was waiting for it, eyeing up the ball. Stopped on the line. Claire Waddle's there. Dyer. Oh, but loose control between the two of them, but they still have it.
Well, that was then battered down. So what's happened is that the Custard players come out to shoot Henry, to try and shut Henry Stratford down, which he's done. But then, as we saw Custard do earlier on, in terms of the little pop pass to take advantage of the shooter, that's exactly what CSSC have done there. Hand comes out, bats it down, fresh set of 6. So great bit of attacking there from CSSC. Just need to finish it off. I think, just around 2 minutes to play now, and you get a feeling that a touchdown now will kill it off. Not just there though.
No, not on that occasion.
Touch before the ball was touched down. But if CSSC can get another one now to make it two touchdowns up at this stage, this will kill it.
And here comes CSSC. Andrew Dyer looking to spread it out wide. Oh, just towards the ankles of Rebecca Maxwell. That was always going to be a tough one to claim. So turnover now. Hot Custard looking to up the ante, get into this near side, get some fresh legs on. Picked up once again.
So the Custard pace is all of a sudden, you've seen the 3 CSSC players are really tight to the touchline. Custard are attacking at pace up towards their own sub-box, and then that creates more space for the fresh players who are coming on to attack into. And once you start getting that pace going at the wide open spaces, is all of a sudden you then get you force scrambling defence, and it creates opportunities for you. Unfortunately, Custard just couldn't see it off just then, but that's the intention behind that.
So only a couple of minutes to go. 1 minute on the clock. 4 apiece on the scoreline. Tom Hall now, also with Michaels. Hall's to the left, and here into the middle is Fairnetz. Fairnetz, there goes the klaxon, looking to go out wide. Could this be the win? Rebecca Maxwell! Well, the space was opened up. It was brilliant attacking play from CSSC London over on that far side. It opened up the space for Rebecca Maxwell. The pass had to be right. It was perfect. And it was a great take by Rebecca Maxwell. And already, what a start to the day on the klaxon. And Rebecca Maxwell wins it for CSSC London. What a start.
Great bit of touch play to seal that off. Chris Wall, who, as I say, he dominates the midfield area for men's 35, for England men's 35s when he's playing for them. We've seen it time and again over the course of the 3 tournaments that we've had so far. What he does there is he comes in, he changes the angle of attack, and then that forces the 2 Custard mids closer together, forces the link in, forces the winger in to man up, and then he's got the ability to go with that 30-metre pass, the best part of, out to Bex Maxwell, and she's got the ability from the women's 35s, that international little bit of class to finish that off. Great way to finish that off for CSSC, and a good win for them.
Certainly is. So what a start for CSSC London here at Oxford Rugby Club. This is the Belief Elite National Touch Series round 3, and we move on to our second game of the day, which will be Galaxy London against London Scorpions. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back here to Oxford for our second game of the day, and it's already the perfect start for London Galaxy. So this is our second game, London Scorpions against Galaxy London. I'm delighted to say that joining me for this one it is Naomi Fearnett from CSSC London, and well, what a start to the morning.
I know, beautiful day. I think it's meant to get to 30 degrees or so, so we're in for a scorcher, it seems like.
It certainly will be. It's only going to get hotter as the day goes on, but
quite a contrast to Manchester this weekend when it was pouring with rain.
Yeah, we were. The studio was based out the back of the van for that weekend with the rain pouring in Manchester, but no, we are sun-soaked here in Oxford, and Galaxy London getting off to the perfect start.
The Scorps are setting up here. Oh, and the intercept, Miles.
Miles Partridge, I remember seeing him a couple of weeks ago in Banbury, and he is just rapid.
He is. He's got such a good read of the game and such long limbs as well, so he'll cover everything.
Yeah, he certainly does. He will cover every
Galaxy
blade of
driving
grass.
Forward. There's Shane Scott, who's in the mixed opens team with me.
Wearing a very colourful hat as well today.
Yeah.
Is Shane?
He does love a funny hat. Oh, the Galaxy are in again. Oh.
Brilliant. Well, what a start.
Where did she go over? I think she went over the dead ball there.
Oh, well, that nearly was
Lucky escape for Scorps.
the perfect double start for Galaxy London over on that far side, and now here come London Scorpions.
Justin Conway, mixed opens coach there.
Looking at the team, some good names in both of these sides to look out for. And here come the Scorpions.
They're both quality sides, full of England players.
Darski there in the middle for.
They'll bring it to the box here and get some fresh legs on.
Here comes Shane Scott as well, and then looking into the middle.
Byron and Camille there, both mixed players.
Shabardine involved and now looking to lay it off.
Byron's gone through. Oh, what a ball.
Oh, that was nearly absolutely perfect, and looking to find Libby Turner on this near side. Just fizzed in front of her.
Unlucky there.
But early signs, Galaxy London have started really well.
Yeah, they're looking good, aren't they?
And there come the Scorpions looking to build from their own half.
Emily Irons there. Oh, she's up there.
She took a bit of a tumble there, but she drove on.
Oh, it's good hands. Setting a sweeper here.
There's Partridge looking to go right, and he gets it back. Now with Clark. Oh, lovely play.
Oh, good touch.
Brilliant touch, just at the very last. It was Emily Irons coming in, but important defensive work. So Galaxy in attack and in defence have started really well.
They have, they're looking good together. Subbing off again, get some fresh legs.
There's Miles Partridge. Wait to see that burst of speed.
Max Howard here setting up for Miles.
Here comes that man Partridge looking to
through.
go forward. Oh, can he find support?
Oh no!
Oh, just.
Like the acrobat.
He did. He just made that little jump to try and keep himself in. Just couldn't find the support. Almost too quick for his own good.
Yeah.
Miles Partridge in the middle. Yellow boots on. Lightning fast. And Scorpions now can build from the back. Oliver Wu in the middle.
Ooh, that's a good drive there.
Yeah, it really was. Driving forward in the right of centre, now into the middle and finding Nye Davis.
See what they can set up here.
Looking for support.
Looking
to go.
Oh, unlucky.
It was really good play there from Davis looking out wide.
I think that's Jade Grantham on the wing there, who's captain of our mixed opens team. She's caught a lot of long balls over the last few months.
Yeah, it was a tough one for Grantham. Just couldn't claim it. But good signs of Scorpions getting back into this. Oh, he just thought for a second Miles Partridge was just going to burst through there for a second. Oh, and a big collision.
See what Shane could do here.
Here is Scott.
Good defence.
Yeah, good pressure from Scorpions, and now the turnover in possession. Scott was in the middle, and also was Ollie Taylor linking up there in the middle. There is Scott Taylor doing the defensive work for Galaxy London alongside Jackson Chan.
Good ball movement here from the Scorps.
Yes, it's high. It's
M Irons.
high intensity. Here's Emily Irons in the thick of it once again.
Referee's called it back.
Turnover possession in favour of Galaxy London and looking to build from the back, and Scott's involved once again with Ollie Taylor. Back into the middle, Scott is there again. Here is Taylor driving over the 10 metre, looking to come forward. Shabadini also in the middle.
Send a sweeper here, use Camille's speed. Oh no, very short.
Oh, and
Good dive by Shane.
Diving for the line, but a touch signalling by the referee. So they start again just off the 5 metre. Here comes Shan with Camille in the middle. Now Scott.
Again.
Oh, beautiful! That was super play.
Unlucky M Irons called the touch there, but I think the ball was just gone.
Yeah, it looked like she just maybe have got it, but it was brilliant play from Galaxy London. And they are 2 up, and they've looked clinical going through, and that was another fantastic bit of attacking phase play.
Nice to watch.
And here comes Scorpions. How can they start again?
Good ball there by Brunty. Oh, great hands. And they're in.
There we go, Scorpions back into this one. And that is just what they needed. They needed to get a score on the board, and they've done that, and it's now reduced to only 1. An important try for the London Scorpions to get through that London Galaxy defence, which so far their performance has been pretty faultless in this first half. Howard now, first look at him. Miles Partridge to the right, and
sweeping around.
Gage, and looking to drive through. Max Howard.
Oh, I think the dead ball again.
Howard and Gage linking up here. Miles Partridge just behind him. And also Libby Turner on this near side wing.
Here they go.
Miles Partridge. Oh, look at that.
That's a great drive.
Just weaving his way through, and as easy as that, they regain that 2 points advantage, and that's just the deadly pace and skill of Miles Partridge.
Just manages to weave through a gap that you don't think actually exists.
Yeah, he's very, very clinical and can just see a gap. And like you said, Naomi, when no one else can see it. And here comes London Scorpions. Can they hit back straight away? They need to. Justin Conway in the middle. Partridge also involved. Here comes Partridge, linking up once again with Clark. Looking to dive, looking to try and find supports.
Good touch by Byron there.
Galaxy London building from the back, trying to eat up the yards through the middle. Good bit of pace and tempo now to this attack.
It's a good drive from them.
It certainly is, and coming forward, Brian Tibbetts in the middle, alongside Josh McHugh, who's Tibbetts.
Looks like Camille's going to sweep round the back here.
Oh, there he is, yeah, picking it up with Tibbetts to the right, looking to go through.
Good touch by Justin.
Brilliant touch. It was an important touch as well. Galaxy were looking to add to that score. Partridge involved now over to that far side. Nice link-up play. Clark looking to go over the halfway line.
Oh!
Guy Davis, oh, for a second looked like he just sneaked through, but no, referee has brought it back. Kai Devine, number 37 for London Scorpions. Davis in the middle. Richie Eccles is there. He picks it up, tries to find Davis once again diving for the line. Does he get it?
No, Camille got there, I think. Oh, but offside. Fresh set of 6 for Scorpions.
Yeah, huge opportunity for Scorpions. Can they reduce the deficit? They need to always take these opportunities. They're always important. Dive for the line.
Good touch.
Kai Devine once again in the thick of things. Devine. Oh, what a pass. Oh,
no.
Just that final
Bounced out of
control.
her hands.
Yeah, they're always tough to control when they're fizzed at you. That was a great opportunity, and compared to Manchester a couple of weeks ago, you can't blame it on that slippery, on the bar of soap they were calling it in Manchester.
Although it looks like we have a bit of a jump here.
Yeah, a bit of a tumble to the floor, but they get back things underway. Devine, Richard Eccles there as well. Now in the middle, London Scorpions. Lots of players over on that far side, looking to try and maybe create a space on this near side, but driving forward, just only a couple of yards eaten up. Richard Eccles in the middle.
They're trying to set up something here with a sweeper.
Overwoo. Look out far side. Oh, great take, but good defence.
Yeah, great defence there by the Galaxy winger.
Absolutely, and here they are in the middle with Matthew Clark looking left and right. Waits for the touch. Good pick up, maybe a bit of space opening up on that far side. Can they create the opportunity? Bursting through. Oh, and a great response. And the scoreline has been reduced. Only 1 point in it then. Galaxy London still leading. 8 minutes remaining on the clock in this first half. Max Howard jinking left and right, wasn't too sure. Bit of hot potato from Miles Partridge. Max Howard. Has he got his dancing feet on today? Let's have a look. And then
here we go again.
There he picks up. Miles Partridge is there. There is Miles Partridge.
Oh,
well.
Just strolled straight in.
How easy was that for Miles Partridge? He almost just waited for the mistake to come, and he just went one way, then the next, and his little smile on the face of Miles Partridge. And that lead.
What happened there with the Scorps defence? I think they must have thought it was forward or something. The ball were waiting for the referee to make a decision, but got to play to the whistle. And it just opens up very nicely for Miles to stroll through.
Certainly does. It must be. Is it frustrating on the defence when you're beaten through the middle? When you've got that pack set and you feel like it's just not gone your way on that occasion.
Yeah, it is very frustrating. I mean, the middle's kind of where you want to condense the most, so to get a try right in between your two middles is kind of a cardinal sin there, but sometimes the play is just too good.
It certainly was. Can Devine looking to go wide. Can they take it? Oh, brilliant. And a response from London Scorpions on this near side.
Great catch there by Jade Grantham.
It certainly was. And it was.
They've looked good when they've spread it wide, so I think they've identified a bit of a weak spot there in the Galaxy defence.
It was Kai Devine with that brilliant pass over to this near side to Grantham, and a good pick up by Jay Grantham. Watched it all the way, and it's now 4-3. What a first half we've had. Shane Scott's now coming through the middle, and he produced a bit of magic with that hat on, and here we go with number 32, Jackson Chan in the middle. Scott picks it up. Oh, just behind. Yeah, an opportunity goes. So this is our second game of the day, our opening day here at Oxford Rugby Club for the third round of the Belief Elite National Touch Series. And a good driving forward, Matthew Clark making that arcing run over to this near side.
There. They picked up a good 20 metres or so.
Picked up by Justin Conway. Now with Skies.
Ooh.
Conway is there.
I think we're saying no touch.
Just a little breeze going across pitches.
Quick tap here by Conway. Oh, referee says he's not given the mark.
Scorpions just slowing things down a tad. Just waiting for that angle, and here they go, quick off the mark. But good solid defence once again from Galaxy London. Oliver Wu now in the middle. He gets it back. Clark is there waiting for it.
Oh,
but what an interception.
Good touch there to save a runaway try.
That was an important one. Shane Scott was alert to that one. And here comes Miles Partridge. Libby Turner has come from a wing position. Just came inside then. Coming forward, Howard. Now with Partridge. Referee sees something and they start again, London Galaxy. So really good opportunity. Miles Partridge in possession with Max Howard now. Nice little pick up. Now here's Partridge. Look it on again.
Great dive there by Miles.
Unbelievable. And what a first half he's had. What a start to the weekend for Galaxy London. And Miles Partridge, 3 scores on the board for the number 11. And you get the feeling that there's plenty more to come as well.
He's so lethal that close to the line.
Certainly is. What a first half this has been from Galaxy London. 3.5 remaining then until that hooter. Guy Devine in the middle. With Richard Eccles here for Scorpions, the green shirts of London Scorpions. Oh, a good little layoff and sprint towards the line, but good touch and good defence once again from Galaxy London. Been the full package so far in this first half. Guy Devine's there waiting to receive. Eccles looked to go right, but opts to go left, picked up. Oh, just stopped on the line. And so an opportunity here for London Scorpions. Just on the 5 metre. Guy Devine. Nye Davis is there as well. Here is Davis. Guy Devine now. Almost tripping over his own feet there. Wasn't too sure which way he wanted to go.
I think he stepped himself forward.
Devine. Looked like he was just about to just hand it over to Richard Eccles. And now here's that man, Eccles, looking to go through. Oh, great touch.
That's Max Howard, I think, coming across to scatter there.
Here's Eccles laying it off. Oh, just maybe a lack of communication there in the final couple of minutes of Emily Irons. Well, London Galaxy starting from their own half. Here's Partridge laying it off and driving over to this near side towards the sub box to get some fresh legs on. Always important, especially with this heat as well, to keep rotating those subs, getting fresh legs on.
Definitely.
Ryan Tibbetts.
Takes us back to Malaysia where we had the World Cup.
Well, I was about to say, I mean, it must be not that far off. I mean, obviously the humidity is what people talked about when they were over there.
Another level, definitely.
But certainly here in Oxford, not a cloud in the sky. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's going to remain like this over the course of the weekend. And here's Guy Devine.
Bring it back here.
Referee does bring it back. Just under a minute remaining then until the half-time whistle.
Let's see if Galaxy can close out the half.
Yeah, they've been clinical in this first half. Here's Shane Scott. Brian Tibbetts looking to drive forward over the 5 metre. Scott picks it up. Oh, brilliant take. Jinking his way forward.
To get him back onto the line.
Oh, you could see he knew he'd almost had just got through. And it was Camille Shabadine just going through the middle, weaving his way through, body jinking left and right. An important touch and just slowing things down with only a couple of seconds remaining on the clock. So we hear that hooter. Shane Scott's in the thick of things. There is that hooter, so final phase of play. Ryan Tibbetts driving forward, and there's the touch, and there is the half-time whistle in our second game of the day between Galaxy London and London Scorpions. And it's certainly been Galaxy London's half, and a certainly a brilliant half for Miles Partridge as well. But we'll be back for the second half here in Oxford. It's been a great start to the morning. I recommend you get yourself a drink and settle down for the rest of the day. It's going to be a great day here in Oxford for the Belief Elite National Touch Series, round number 3.
We have water for sale and a lovely surprise of icebox. We also have burgers, bacon rolls, and a lovely vegan option. Remember to keep yourself hydrated as the weather is only set to get warmer. Okay, ladies and gents, that's your 1 minute warning. 1 minute warning. Please keep hydrated and try and keep the sun off your eyes where you can. Try and apply lots of sunscreen. And remember, there is cold water and ice pop available in the clubhouse. We have 30 seconds till the next stop off.
So here we go then, second half of our second game of the day here in Oxford. London Scorpions against Galaxy London. It was the first half that belonged to Galaxy London. What can the Scorpions do about it? They have the tap off in this second half. They need to get off you feel to the perfect start. And once again, delighted to say I'm joined by Naomi Furnett for this second half. And here come the Scorpions through the middle, looking to try and work an angle. Laid off once again and looking to dive for the line. Important touch from Miles Partridge. You're not going to get away from him easily. It was Nye Davis bursting for the line. Olivia Ray is there as well. Richard Eccles in the middle. Oh, just a loose touch from Justin Conway, and that's not the start that the Scorpions would have wanted.
No, they didn't look quite organised there with their play, the Scorps, but hopefully they can get it together in the next step.
And here come Galaxy London. Miles Partridge, the ever fearsome Miles Partridge, already has 3 to his name so far. Howard was there waiting for it. Into the middle, a lovely take, but an important touch. It was Joe Gage going through the middle for Galaxy London, but a critical touch just before the line. Here's Howard laying it off to Partridge. Joe Gage is there. Partridge looking to weave through. And he was almost just natural that he was expecting someone to be there.
I know. It's just so elusive.
And normally, sometimes it's even him as well, more often than not.
Oh dear, got a breakdown here again by Scorps. Can't afford to give Galaxy those easy opportunities on the line.
Yeah, this isn't the start, is it, for Scorpions? They needed to be a bit more clinical and error-free in the opening couple of minutes, just to get a bit of confidence going.
Yeah, definitely.
And here they come, Howard looking out wide. Libby Turner, easy as you like. And that lead has extended for Galaxy London. It was great play. Max Howard was in the middle and Libby Turner just watched it like a hawk all the way. And an easy touchdown in Galaxy London. What a start to this second half, and now a lot of work to do for London Scorpions. How do you approach this now? You know you're a couple of points down. You've still got a long way to go actually in the second half. How do you approach it?
I think that's the way to look at it. You've got plenty of time, and they just need to kind of find their groove, the Scorps, and they continue to build pressure. Eventually, hopefully, they'll find some cracks in the Galaxy defence there. But key is not to panic, especially given how much time they've got left. And they're quality side Scorps. They've got a lot of experienced players there, so look for them to step up here and take a bit more charge.
Looking to go through, here's Matthew Clark looking to go right, but having to jink away. An important touch from Brian Tibbetts there just on the 5 metre. And going back, and here's Kai Devine. Into the middle, Oliver Wu with Clark as well. Devine just maybe a little bit of a mix-up in communication of what they were going to do there, and now Oliver Wu. Oh, what a touch!
What a take by Bronte.
Unbelievable.
Bronte Sykes there. Great hand.
Absolutely. Bronte Sykes, the number 23.
Diving catch over the line.
All in one motion.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb. A diving catch and a diving take. And there is the reply for the London Scorpions, and just what they needed. They needed this next try in the second half, and they've got it. And now they just need to hold out, at least for an attack, and just sort of build from there, really. And here comes Galaxy London in the middle, number 36. Molly Taylor in the thick of things once again. Here's Scott. Taylor's there. Scott bursting forward. Oh, and he's got it. And the instant reply, and Galaxy London add another one to the scoreboard, and we're back to where we started.
Great
and what a reply.
By Shane.
A lovely burst of turn of pace from Shane Scott. And he weeded his way through, found the angle, and as clinical as always. And now London Scorpions have to just start again.
Yep. I think they just need to improve their communication a little bit. It looks a bit broken down. Some of them are trying to set up certain moves, but then others aren't quite getting it. So they can just tighten things up a little bit there. Or a loose ball here.
Yeah, we did just see it a couple of moments ago with the Scorpions. It was Kai Devine and I think it was number 14 Matthew Clark. They just weren't too short to do, and then actually that led to the try.
Ooh, foot in the ruck there, I think.
So just a pause and play, and Galaxy come forward. Howard picked up by Josh McHugh. McHugh making some really good yardage in the middle. Here's Miles Partridge signalling for the players to go out, almost just dictating it himself. Brown being told to go out to that far side wing, and picked up by Howard. McHugh's to the left, Partridge inside. really good touch from Nye Davis just to stop Partridge, but here comes the dancing man Miles Partridge, although not this time around. And now London Scorpions look to break forward and building up a bit of momentum. Oh, nice little jink away, good yards eaten up on the halfway. Lovely play. Nye Davis picking it up into the middle of Kai Devine now.
Let's see what they can set up.
Oh, superb. Superb.
Pushing them back for good measure.
Yeah, Miles Partridge. Well, the call was Miles is quicker than you. Miles, yeah, I can't think of many other players that are quicker than Miles Partridge. But here's Kai Devine looking to dictate play, just pointing at Partridge and gets it back. Kai Devine, venomous pass it was. Really put the venom in that one and just couldn't collect it on that far side. And the chance is gone. Miles Partridge.
Oh, down the wing here for Galaxy.
Look at this, Josh McHugh.
Straight through.
Well, as easy as you like, and what a second half to this has been already for Galaxy London. Josh McHugh on this near side, and for that I think he deserves a little rest.
Yeah. Coming straight to the sub box after that effort.
So Galaxy London now really extending their lead. A 4-point gap now for Galaxy, and a lot of work for London Scorpions to make up. But still, plenty of time left in this one. It's still 13 minutes. If Scorpions just get their act together in attack, you never know. And over the 10-metre line they go. They've got to start making these phases of possession count. Quick 1-2 between Richard Eccles and Nye Davis in the middle, but now over to that far side. Here's Davis, picks it up.
Short here.
Oh, is this a chance? Oh, what a...
Olivia Ray just couldn't reel it in there.
Olivia Ray, she saw it all the way as well, and I think her eyes just lit up as she saw the opportunity coming. Oh, but now...
Their chance here, I think.
Just back-to-back errors, one for either side, and now we're back in possession of London Scorpions deep inside the Galaxy half. They've got to make these chances count now. Oliver Wu just on the edge of the 5 metre. Here's Richard Eccles.
Together a good set of 6 here. Hopefully we can get a score.
Back inside Richard Eccles. Oh, a nice pop pass over the head. Eccles now. Quick play. Just having to be forced back. Oliver Wu now in the middle. Picked up. Oh.
Good touch there from Michaela.
Nye Davis looking to try and sneak his way through. Oh, a nice turn away. Looking to go inside. Oh, and that's the opportunity gone. And you do feel that they can't be wasting too many of these now.
Yeah, definitely. Got to start capitalising on those opportunities.
Ryan Tibbetts laying it off.
Good yards here by Galaxy. They're making a lot of ground on their drive.
Maybe Turner laying it off and find Dan Askew. Oh, just
lucky, I think they're getting a penalty here.
So opportunity for Galaxy London to try and extend this lead even further. Dan Askew in the middle, laying it off for Ollie Taylor. Scott's involved as well. Here is Scott. Dan Askew. Here is Scott. Looks to go left, opts to go inside. Finds Ollie Taylor.
They're offside again, Scorps.
And they're really building up the momentum now. Oh, Galaxy London, Dan Askew once again. Askew, Taylor and Scott. The 3 linking up in the middle. Looking to go from left to right. Oh, the pass. Oh, just over. Just over on that far side.
Scorps did well to hold Galaxy out there. Got to drive it down the other end now and have a go.
Can they just build up a bit of momentum? Can they just drive forward now?
Oh,
Make up some yards. Oh, what a run. Oh, referees brought it back. It was Oliver Wu looking like he was heading towards the try line, and he goes off.
I think they called over the mark there, the previous touch.
Now here's Galaxy London, some fresh legs onto the field. Important to rotate in this searing heat. Jackson Chan now in the middle. Miles Partridge is there. Miles Partridge looking to go through, dives to the line. Touch from the referee.
Just gets down so low, Miles, despite being so high up.
He does, doesn't he? Really gets down low, bends his knees, and almost just propels his way forward. He certainly is a scintillating player to watch. And here comes Scott, who's equally just been as good as well this morning, looking for supports. Libby Turner.
Couldn't find a player there, unfortunately.
Libby Turner was there, just couldn't create the angle for Shane Scott.
Scott's going direct up the field here.
Partridge and Clark in the middle. Cardivine. Here is Clark, just not much space between those three in the middle, but here's Cardivine looking to eat up yards over the 5 metre, diving for the line.
Great touch there.
And it's no second guesses to see who that was. The man who was.
People are going to get round Miles, I think, with those extendo arms.
Absolutely.
Links offside here. Oh, we're going to let it go.
Play continues. Libby Turner there. Just laying it off. Malcolm Hill in the middle. Libby Turner. Josh McHugh now. Scored a brilliant individual try.
Here.
Brian Tippett's involved. There's Camille laying it off. Josh McHugh.
Oh, I think we've got a touch back here.
Oh, that was a really good attacking phase, but the turnover, and Scorpions survive that one and looking to start from the back. Looking to try and edge their way towards halfway and get some new faces on. Guy Devine involved in the middle. Here's Nye Davis and looking to eat up some yards himself. Richard Eccles gets the touch from Camille now, laying it off to Olivia Wright. Now into the middle with Nye Davis. Richard Eccles receiving. Oh, there is Nye Davis diving for the line. Great touch from the Scorpions. Brian Tibbetts couldn't just get that touch. He got down low, did Nye Davis, and that's a good score for the London Scorpions. So with about 6.5 minutes left remaining then of this second half, Galaxy still in control. Oh, but just
curse them there.
the commentator's curse coming into full effect. Well, another one might just put a bit of nerves in the Galaxy London side.
Get another try here. We might have a game on our hands for the last 5 minutes or so.
Well, are we going to get another repeat of what was a bit of a humding in your game in the first?
Oh, I know.
Going down to the klaxon.
Managed to get a lucky escape there in the final minute.
But do those wins almost just sort of give you even more momentum then when you those last minute try wins?
It's nice to come away. Oh, I think we've got a try, I would say, yeah.
I think
down.
We have, and Naomi, I think you're right. We do have a game on going into this final 5.5 minutes.
Finding their rhythm a bit more now, which is nice to see.
Yeah, just sort of going back. There's those. Does it almost give you more momentum than those last minute wins?
Yeah, it's a nice high to come off, definitely, in those kind of dying moments when you can clinch the win. Yeah, you know, a convincing win, I suppose, would be better, but no, we're happy to take what we can get and certainly come off the high of that into the next game.
Well, here come Galaxy London. Can they extend their lead? It's been reduced to 2 in the last couple of minutes, and now they're just having to think about things a bit more. Here's Howard laying it off to Partridge, and there he goes, trying to dive for the line.
Oh, I think we've got a try here.
And there we go.
Get hit back by Miles.
Instant fight back from Galaxy London, and that's his 4th of the game. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Miles Partridge once again. And it's 9-6 on the scoreline, so that 3-point advantage is back in favour going into the final couple of minutes. And the Scorpions will have to do something pretty spectacular now to get back into this one. Can they just get another one? Can they just put a bit more pressure going into the closing stages on Galaxy London? Sykes laying off, going from right to left, weaving in and out, looking for well, coming from an interesting position.
Forward, but I just managed to reel it in.
Just a bit of an unorthodox pick-up, but the turnover possession anyhow for London Galaxy, and they can start from the back on this near side. Lovely pick-up. This is really good momentum building now. Libby Turner laying it off to Miles Partridge, just waiting for that touch. And Turner lays it off back to Camille. Josh McHugh is there in the centre. Libby Turner now does find Josh McHugh over the 10 metre. Coming inside, Brian Tibbetts makes that run. Darting run inside, good yardage, tries to find Libby Turner. Opportunity lost, and that was a really good momentum builder, that was for Galaxy London. But turnover possession now for London Scorpions.
Galaxy will look to try and keep them in their half here.
Divine in the middle. It's been a bit of a towering presence in that London Scorpions side.
Last touch coming, let's see if we can get through.
Clark involved, Divine. Lovely play from Divine and Clark.
Good scramble defence there by Galaxy.
And turnover and possession, and now back with Galaxy. Brian Tibbetts. Camille now laying it off to Josh McHugh. Libby Turner. Oh, just that loose touch. Almost just took her eye off the ball. Important phase of play now here for London Scorpions. Chid Eccles and Kai Devine in the middle. Eccles and Devine linking up nicely in the middle, and Devine going for the line.
Just a bit short, I think.
So on the 5 metre. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Eccles, Devine, look to go one way then the next and looking to drive through. Oh, what a superb pickup. Emily Irons.
The late cut there.
Absolutely superb from Kai Devine and Emily Irons.
Oh, referees are talking about it here.
Should have been a consultation then.
Scorps have gone back thinking it's all over.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait, I think they're taking it back.
Oh, they are.
Gonna say touch.
Well, that's what this assistant on this near side is all about. Just clarifying things.
Galaxy are calling for VAR here.
Yeah, making the TV signals. Fortunately, no TMO here today. But I think the referees do a good job.
They do, they've got a tough job.
They certainly do. And you'll see that there is 3 of them on the pitch. The interchange for any of you new viewers watching today. Libby Turner now into the middle and looking to find Jackson Chan. Scott picks it up now. Jackson Chan.
Yeah, just bounced off the deck.
So turnover possession can only be about a minute remaining on the clock. And you'll hear that infamous loud hooter going out around the rugby club here in Oxford.
Let's see if Scorps can finish with a try. Oh, unlucky. I think Roger just lost it there.
Well, they nearly had a nice
Yeah.
ending with that brilliant, well, we thought it was a brilliant try from Emily Irons, but it turned out it was just a touch on the line. But can now Galaxy London finish it off? Can they get to double figures just before the klaxon? And there is that full-time klaxon, still waiting for that final touch.
What razzle-dazzle have we got here? Takes the touch to the end, probably a wise decision.
And there we go, and that is full-time, and Galaxy London claim the win in the second game of the day. It's been two fabulous games of touch rugby we've had here in a sun-soaked Oxford Rugby Club. Well, Naomi, thank you very much for joining me for this second game, and good luck to all your remaining fixtures for the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
So our next game here on the live stream will be Crewe and Nantwich taking on CSSC 2. That'll be coming up for you very shortly. But what a start to the morning we have had here at Oxford Rugby Club, and we still have plenty more to come throughout the day. So don't go anywhere, get yourselves a drink, and if you're outside enjoying the sunshine, make sure you slap on plenty of sun cream, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay, ladies and gents, just a quick reminder, there is ice packs and cold water. There also is food with a vegan option. Try and keep yourself hydrated for the rest of the day. Don't forget to put on that sunscreen. Okay, ladies and gents, that's your 1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
So as the klaxon goes, we are ready for our third game of the day. And this is Crewe and Nantwich taking on CSSC London Touch 2s on our main pitch here on the live stream for England Touch, and we are underway, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Sue Ellen Goody for this one. Sue Ellen, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm joining Cambridge Bees today, so we had a win this morning, so good start to the day.
Brilliant stuff, and the weather is, well, let's just say absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's a little bit hot to play in, if I'm honest, but it's good. It's much better than the rain, I must admit.
Yeah, it certainly was, compared to the weather we had up in Manchester a couple of weekends ago.
Yes, I wasn't there for that one, luckily.
It's a lot nicer.
Indeed.
This weekend here in Oxford. So yes, here we have Crewe and Nantwich taking on CSSC London 2s. We saw the CSSC London 1s in action first up this morning and got a last gasp win.
Oh, lovely. They're a pretty strong club now. They really do have the depth, producing two teams here. And looks like they run the similar patterns. And that's a good drive, actually, by CSSC there. Getting Crewe and Nantwich offside there.
So they come CSSC over the halfway line and over the 10-metre driving forward. Nice bit of momentum building up for CSSC, getting towards that try line, and getting down is the touch there. Oh, it's a perfect start for CSSC. Richard King in the middle. And that was a really nice drive.
Yeah, that all came from the drive, keeping that momentum all the way down. Having a lovely dump there, dumping the ball so that it could pick up. Just that momentum is absolute key. And when it's hot like this, it's really hard to defend because you're getting tired, and you target those middles, you will tire them out.
Well, they can Crewe and Nantwich. How can they respond after that early try then from CSSC? Looking to go in the middle. Josh Bendel is there, number 11 as well for Crewe and Nantwich. Dylan Fletcher, but the turnover in possession in favour of the London 2s and looking to drive towards the halfway. Building up possession once again. Over the 10-metre mark they go. Daniel Wines in the middle. Towering presence for this CSSC 2 side.
Yeah, it looks like Crewe are made up of quite a few youngsters. So they'll be lacking in experience, but they seem to be very quick and agile, but not quite quick enough to read that play, unfortunately. So good touchdown by CSSC in the corner there with the winger. So 2 tries to the good there. Then what a start it's been then for the CSSC London 2s.
Hot Custard, just saying, bit inexperienced, but I'm sure is this obviously a great opportunity for these youngsters then to get a taste of it over these weekends.
Absolutely, because they're going to be against teams who are well drilled, who are driving the ball well. They're going to have to defend properly. They're going to have to hit their holes if they want to score. So they will progress throughout the weekend, I'm sure. You'll see them get stronger and stronger with every game. I've no doubt they'll be very strong tomorrow if they can do the basics well and then use their agility and speed.
So here comes CSSC looking to drive for the line. It's
good touch by the middle there, getting up off the line. That's what they need to watch that ball, get onside and make that touch. And good defensive set there by Crewe.
Absolutely, and are those just little things that will just give them so much confidence just every time?
Absolutely. For every touchdown that they save, they're going to be more and more confident. And as you can see, driving off really hard, really wanting to get back up their end.
Josh Bendel now in the middle, laying it off.
It's a really good drive to get them in a great position. So they've got 5th coming now. Let's see if they do anything with this.
Bendel laying it off. Bex Holmes is just to the right. Holmes picks it up, and now Josh Bendel.
Short. Oh, that was very nice. If she chopped her hole just a little bit more in, she had a nice gap there for a dive score. So it will come the more that they play.
It certainly will. It's so promising sort of comeback signs here for Crewe and Nantwich, but CSSC looking deadly every time they're coming forward, really building up the yards. And coming forward, Richard King has already got one to his name so far, looking to get forward. Oh, pass out wide, a great take and a great score. Natalie Grimsey, that was a fantastic pass over to this near side and a great take from Grimsey, and all round just a really good piece of play.
Absolutely, all again coming off momentum, so they just didn't stop throughout their drive. Everyone was ready for the ball, and then those holes just open up. Yeah, it was a great pass there, and well done to the winger for keeping it in actually. She almost went to the dead ball zone.
Absolutely, and 3 points to the good then. CSSC London 2, so what a start. Crewe and Nantwich, how do they respond? Looking to go inside.
That's
They
lovely.
respond in the best way possible. Dylan Fletcher on the line, and that is the perfect response.
That is, so they drove hard. Again, they didn't stop that time, so they didn't stop and slow it down to try and set things up. They just used their momentum and their pace. And of course, a nice dive to finish, so really finding those holes nicely.
Well, that will give them a lot of confidence and a bit of a boost, and especially with this weather as well, you need every little bit of confidence and energy boost you can get.
Oh, absolutely.
It is absolutely sweltering, and it's only getting hotter and hotter here in Oxford as well.
I think it's hot all around the country, isn't it?
It's
today?
certainly, yeah, a bit of a heat wave coming in from Europe. So
Yes, they did put a weather warning. Actually, I heard on the radio yesterday, which is quite comical because obviously I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
And for there to be a heat wave warning at 34 degrees is quite comical for myself and many Antipodeans.
Yeah,
Another nice try there
Yeah.
by CSSC whilst we were chatting. Just again, momentum finding that hole and getting the ball down nice and quickly.
Yeah, great response from CSSC.
Let's see if Crewe can respond just as nicely.
Yeah, we're going to maybe potentially get a spell of you score, we score. Let's see if Crewe and Nantwich can respond. Josh Bendel in the middle.
So definitely their playmaker taking control and really teaching his other players the moves that they want to run and where they should be, which is really great. Lots of youngsters in this team. Very keen
Bendel
and doing very well.
looking out wide. Tricky situation on that wing. Jessica Wright was there, and the turnover in possession. And here comes CSSC. Already 4 points on the board. Looking to come again and driving towards the halfway. Making up a lot of yards. Not much pressure from Crewe and Nantwich.
No, you can see Crewe just rolling back. And when you roll back and let them in, that's when you can get yourself into some trouble, like here, where the half has gone through.
Yeah, William Simpson
Touch was
burning
made
through.
though, well done, Link.
Important touch at that as well. But yeah, like you said, it's just that space opening up every time. They're just falling back, aren't they? Every time CSSC are coming forward, and the great teams, they always try and push forward early doors, don't they? That's what I've been told.
Yeah. You try and keep them in their own half if you can. In a day like this where it's quite warm though, you'll find more and more teams start to actually just preserve energy by rolling back and then defending the line really hard, rather than constant shooting, which can be quite difficult and quite tiring. So the fittest teams will do well this weekend, I think, with this heat.
Yeah, a bit of a survival of the fittest, isn't it, this weekend?
Absolutely, who can dig deep and have the grind in those tough games.
Yeah, 2 days of gruelling action can get quite tiring, especially with the weather. And here they come. Crewe and Nantwich.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Pass
Shame he
inside.
couldn't get it out to the wing there.
Oh,
He can this time.
what a response, Crewe and Nantwich, and that's another one added to the board, and they've reduced that deficit.
Oh, it's
haven't,
not.
no. Looking
It's
at the
a
referee.
Touch pass, unfortunately. There was a touch made before he got it away. Is it touch pass or a forward pass, looking at that?
Looking at the referee signal. I think he might be indicating for a forward pass.
May very well have been.
So either way, turn of possession favour of
Ooh,
CSSC.
they were lucky with that one. That was a bit of a fumble there. CSC getting away with that one on that instance.
So over the 10
Crewe and
metre.
Nantwich working really hard here, trying to keep him there.
Bursting
Fortunately,
forward.
they've let the half through again,
George
but
Miller.
it's not a touchdown. It's 6 again. So let's see if they can defend out the line.
So big test now for Crewe and Nantwich, can they just hold out once again? George Miller involved, saw him in Manchester a couple of weeks ago, involved with the ones, and now Strain diving forwards, and that is another one, and just opening up on that far side, and just a bit of frustration creeping in, and they can't let the heads go down. Still plenty of time left in the game.
No, they have to stay positive because they will be younger and fitter than the CSSC lot, I think. So they dig deep. The second half might be a bit different, but that was just a bit of wrong footing, bit of wrong body position there. We had one of the lads turned in, so he was able to be stepped on the outside. Let's see what Crewe can do.
Fletcher already has one to his name, linking up. Georgie Mascarenas there as well.
33.
Bendel.
Oh, that's a nice hole again. Just couldn't quite get the ball away. Just not quite running the angles they need to make that a touchdown, actually. So something for the Crewe and Nantwich team to work on. But they are finding the space, which is really great.
Yeah, promising signs for Crewe and Nantwich. That's
Absolutely.
always good. And just like we keep saying, building up that confidence with every attacking phase. And can they? It's almost like a building blocks, isn't it? Just if you can keep this one out, go again, build it again, build it again.
Absolutely.
And here they come.
Here we go. Let's see if they can keep CSSC out.
A lot of space opening up. Can they find support? Waiting for the referee's confirmation, but it looks like it is another one added. It certainly is. Daniel Wines there to pick it up. William Simpson was bursting through.
Doing very well on the scoop, CSSC, actually, aren't they? They're setting up nicely, and they're just getting on top of Crewe and Nantwich just a little bit with their momentum.
Yeah, I've got to give credit to CSSC. They've attacked well when they've had the opportunity. Now, a chance for Crewe and Nantwich. Can they just create something? Get back into this, give themselves a bit of a spark.
Yeah, it would be good if they scored another touchdown.
Right in the thick of things, looking to go forward.
Ooh,
Oh,
yes, I can see that going long. Smothered. Oh, that's very interesting. I would have thought that that would be Crewe and Nantwich's ball, because from my perspective, he definitely looked like he went for the ball, but the ref is closer than I am, so to go with the ref's call.
So in the end, yeah, turnover in possession then in favour of CSSC, looking to rebuild from the back, looking to drive forward over to that far side, get some fresh faces on, which is always going to be so important throughout the day, rotating those subs.
Oh, absolutely today, gosh. Teams that have a few subs will do well. Teams without might struggle just a little bit today. Tomorrow's cooler, but today is going to be tough going. Again, a scooper gets through.
It's George Miller.
Definitely finding that 33 channel there. CSSC getting through numerous times. If Crewe and Nantwich can stop that happening, that might actually change the game a little bit.
Miller looking to come forward. Oh, good pass on, but actually really good defensive work.
Yeah, good coverage by the wing and link there. Really watching the ball and following it out. Let's see if they can drive it off nice and steadily. Going to the space. Not quite there though.
Just going from
Okay,
left to
go to
right,
the
right to
hands.
left, trying to work this CSC defence who, as we said, compared to the Crewe and Nantwich defence, really pushing forward, aren't they, and trying to nullify any attack from their own half.
They are. You can see CSSC working really hard to really shut this down.
Almost penning Crewe and Nantwich back into their own half.
Yeah, if Crewe and Nantwich just drove straight up, absorb one like that and then keep going, they might get CSSC on the back foot.
But,
Very big might though.
Yeah.
CSSC are playing very well.
Absolutely, yeah. And CSSC now with another really good opportunity. Oh, nice play towards the line, diving in. And that's another one added to the scoreline.
Nice
Daniel
little setup
Wines.
That's much better. So going to the space, fantastic. Fifth coming, so let's see if they use it. Okay, so they're running an ML. number 18, not quite willing to get rid of that ball. But it was the last.
Coming through, that was the last touch, a turnover in possession back for CSSC, but promising signs that for Crewe and Nantwich going forward.
Yeah, that was a much better set by them. Good defensive set, good drive and transition on. And they are fast, so they do get there. They do have a touch in hand to play with when they get there. They just need to utilise that a little bit more. But defensively, we just need to stop CSSC getting through from their point of view. And from CSSC's point of view, just keep doing what you're doing. Drive hard, keep that momentum, keep doing what's working.
Exactly.
And this Pistons defence, this push-up defence is definitely working well for them.
At the moment, CSSC haven't really put much of a foot wrong in this first half. They've been defensively well drilled and attacking-wise been pretty clinical. And here come Crewe and Nantwich. Can they just try and get another one onto the scoreline, put a bit of pressure on the scoreboard? Here comes Josh Bendel. Oh, looking for space, finds his man, goes back inside. Back in with Josh Bendel in the middle, just slowing things down, waiting for that option to come. Look to try and lay it off, but nearly gets round his man, but turnover. And opportunity goes begging. So just over 2 minutes remaining of this first half.
Be good for them to have half time to regroup, Crewe and Nantwich, and I'm sure CSSC want a breather.
Absolutely.
But you can see that they've just started to slow the pace. They're up by a fair few. They're preserving a bit of energy, just taking it slowly on the drive now, not pushing too hard. And I think we'll find with the defence that they may not push too hard as well in these last few minutes.
Coming in, trying to find support.
Oh, I think he's gone out there. Yeah, his foot's touched the white line at the back there. So no touchdown on this occasion.
It was Will Simpson just bursting through.
Oh, looks like one of the girls is not in a great way. She must have had a bit of a knock when that scooper went through.
Just making her way off over the try zone and just going to receive a bit of first aid. We hope she's okay. Looks in a bad way. Keep you updated and we wish speedy recovery.
Oh, that's a shame. Crewe have turned it over on their line, so they're going to dig deep now, knowing there's not much time to go. And just push up.
So slowing things out over the 5 metre, looking towards the try.
That's good defence by their middle there, number 24. Just getting up off that line quickly, reading the play nicely.
1 minute remaining then until half time.
See if they can hold them out till the half.
Richard King.
Going to set up the 32s. Trying to set up on the girl middle there. Oh, that's good defence though, shooting up off the line, putting that pressure on so that they couldn't get the pass away. Unfortunately, they're offside, so they're going to have to dig it out another set.
They're holding on until half time, and if they can just keep them out, just a building block, and that goes the hooter. Final phase of play. Going through, referee.
No, it won't count because the ref has called it.
And he has, and that brings an end to the first half of our third game of the day here in Oxford on pitch number 1. And it's CSSC London 2s who have a strong advantage going into the break. They lead by 7 points to 2 over Crewe and Nantwich. There's still 20 minutes remaining. Can Crewe and Nantwich start the second half positively? We'll have to wait and see. Don't go anywhere. Second half will be only moments away.
A three-man drive is an attacking play which we use to gain momentum. The three-man drive includes 3 players, a half, the person who dumps the ball and the runner. These 3 players will alternate between themselves in order to create each person's role within that three-man drive. So it'll start with a roll ball, the half will then pass the ball off the deck to the first runner. This first runner will then become the person who dumps the ball, initiating the touch on the defender, for then the person who previously dumped the ball to become the half. A 4-man drive is a 3-man drive, but with another person. The 4-man drive can also be referred to as arrows, and what we're looking to do is the exact same principle as a 3-man drive, but just to add a secondary option of the runner. So you've got 1 runner on the left, one runner on the right, and the half will wrap around whichever way they pass the ball, becoming the runner. The best way to complete a four-man drive or an arrows platform is to hit one side, i.e. to pass the ball to the left, and then to pass the ball to the right, the second runner, and then the left for the third, and so on. A buddy is a two-man play which we use to create the momentum for a three- or four-man drive. A buddy involves the ball being put down, stepped over, the half will then pass back to that same person and they will run straight into the three- or four-man drive. A touchdown is the only way to score points in touch. A touchdown happens when the ball is grounded with downward pressure on or over the whitewash. The ball can be touched down but needs to be under control and there needs to be downward pressure. A touchdown is worth 1 point. As there are no conversions in touch, you can score anywhere along the line, and as long as there is downward pressure and it is under control.
So welcome back to Oxford. This is round 3 of the Belief Elite National Touch Series. We've already had the opening round, which was in Banbury, and the second round, which was in Manchester. It was a rain-soaked Manchester, and here in Oxford it's a sun-soaked Oxford, and we're into our third game of the day, and this is the second half of Crewe and Nantwich taking on CSSC London 2s, and CSSC London 2s have the tap-off in the second half and looking to add to their 5-point advantage. And it's important now for Crewe and Nantwich. Can they just keep them out in the early stages?
Yeah, it was a good start by CSSC. Nice tap-off move, looking to run a sweeper and get it to the wing. Unfortunately, Crewe and Nantwich stopped that from being a touchdown, but equally gave a set away, so 6 again. So let's see what CSSC have in store. It's a good touch there by the winger.
An important touch. And can Crewe and Nantwich just hold on here? This will give them a bit more of a bit of positive momentum going into the second half if they can just keep them out.
Absolutely, yeah. If they can see the first set out just like that, brilliant. And now if they drive hard, possibly even score, that will set them up nicely for second half.
So let's see what Crewe and Nantwich can do in their opening attacking phase of this second half. And already looking to try and make up the yards. Fletcher's involved. There's Josh Bendel as well over the halfway line. Now towards the 10 metres. Bendel in towards the middle with Olivia Harborough as well.
Great yards by Crewe and Nantwich there. So they're on their line. They've got a touch to play with. Let's see what they do with it.
It's already a huge difference compared to the first half. Olivia Harborough going through.
Oh, that is a shame. She did see the gap, but it does mean that they can't use that touch now to set up for one of their moves. But good to try and take the opportunities when they do open up.
There is that final touch. Josh Bendel was just trying to weave his way through. Miller laying it off.
Again, great yards by CSSC. They really are a driving club. They always drive hard and effectively. And here they are straight away, 10 metres out from their line.
That's the Grimsby involved.
So
Now
they've still got a touch in hand at the minute. Oh, that's good defence though, putting the pressure on. And it is last. Can Crewe and Nantwich hold him out now?
Ryan's looking to go left.
Yeah,
oh, and just that final
definitely a touch
pass.
there.
It was
There
Rosalind
we are.
Justin.
Okay, let's see if Crewe can drive nice and hard again. Get up to the line. And have a real crack at getting a touchdown. So you can see CSSC not shooting this half. The heat, I think, is having an effect on the levels of energy here, so it is play the smart game.
Going forward, driving on. This is really good. Yards through the middle. Oh, a bit of a collision. And a hard touch, but
It was a nice setup though to do a sweep on the link there and then step back into the space. Just couldn't quite get it away through the hands on that occasion. Good drive off again, CSSC.
getting over to that subs box as well to get some fresh legs on as they get towards the halfway line. Here's Richard King, he's already got a couple to his name already in this game, and now finds John Strain. King picks it up. Oh, just a loose pass back to John Strain.
Yeah, possibly a bit of a miscommunication there. I'm not sure he was wanting it back or ready for it on that occasion. But turnover ball nonetheless.
So here come Crewe and Nantwich. Oh, just a nice little
Lovely
feint there.
step.
Look at this. Bouncing his way through and working. This is a fantastic individual run. And the touch finally comes after he's made up some really good yards.
That's very good.
Where was that hiding throughout the first half? And
Very agile indeed. I think he was keen to get off though.
Bexholmes takes over, but now into the middle. Joseph Wright involved with Josh Bendel. Bendel looking to dive for the line. And a touch coming in from the number 19, Richard King.
Yeah, it was a good touch. He almost had that touchdown. Nice play. Just got the fingertips to it, unfortunately. Well, fortunate for CSSC.
So turnover in possession. John Strain. Now deep in his own half, but in the middle and looking to try and work an attack.
Yeah, again, doing the sensible thing, subbing off, get fresh legs on.
Absolutely. On a good bursting run, and well, how's he managed just to weave his way through? John Strain, and an easy touchdown and an individual try, and that's another one for CSSC London 2s. And is that just the tiredness potentially just kicking in a bit now?
Quite possibly. The winger may have been offside as well. He seemed like he was in a good position to make that touch, so I'm not sure why or what really happened out there, but he did get through in the end, and it's another one for CSSC, so it'd be good if Crewe and Nantwich could reply now. Just put that pressure on CSSC to keep performing throughout the match.
So here come Crewe and Nantwich halfway between the 10 and the 5 metre lines. Going through the middle, Fletcher.
It's good line defence by CSSC. You can see them pressing up and then getting some nice vertical separation. Oh, that was a nice ball, but touch made.
Oh, it was Holmes just fizzing it into Fletcher, who was going down to meet it. Oh, nice fisting ball. Oh. And a great score for Crewe and Nantwich.
That was fantastic. So we saw Crewe and Nantwich go in the middle channel, which brought all those CSSC players in. And then the ability to throw that long ball, nice flat pass. It's very difficult to chase out when the pass is that good. So well done to Crewe and Nantwich.
Yeah,
Very good reply indeed.
Absolutely, and Owen Lloyd adds another one for Crewe and Nantwich. So that's still at 5 points. Advantage for CSSC London, but just a little bit of a positive there for Crewe and Nantwich. And here come the CSSC London 2s. Strain, laying it off. Having to be pushed back, Richard King. Picks it up, looks to fire it in, and there is another one added for CSSC London. What a reply.
Yeah, so it looked like they were doing a short in the 33 channel there, but it's a nice pick up and feed back to the splitter, who was outside their player. So another good reply to
Absolutely.
to Crewe and Nantwich's touchdown. It's a fairly high scoring game at this point.
It certainly is. And a good reply from CSSC London. Now a chance for Crewe and Nantwich to respond on the 10 metre.
Yeah, they do need to get it down a bit close to the line, that's it. And they can start to work the defence a little bit more.
Says Joseph Wright over the 5 metre. Nice pick up. Bendel now trying to work his way through. Morris and Bendel. Here is Josh Bendel. Looks to go out wide, tries to find that number 33, Owen Lloyd, who just got on the scoreboard, but the pass was long and out of touch.
Now they've got to dig deep, see if they can keep them here. Let's put some pressure on this drive if they can.
Nice ball to play over the 10 metre towards halfway.
Ooh, that's a good touch. A bit hard, but very good anticipation there.
George Miller over the halfway line, now into the centre. Good work, a nice bit of build-up play, good momentum for CSSC London.
Ooh, no touch made there.
Here's Miller and Atkins in the middle.
Last touch there, last ditch attempt to get it to someone in a gap. That has not come off on this occasion. And these guys need to really drive hard. CSSC will be tired from that attack, so they really need to drive it forward.
Energy levels are still up, aren't they? So high for CSSC.
Yeah, they're still working really hard.
Just have to maybe think about this and conserve it. They've got a really good lead. A good run here from Owen Lloyd. Still plenty of people to beat. That's that swarm, that pack from CSSC London. But still in
But put him in
possession.
a great position. It was a nice ball out to the winger. A risky ball at times, but has come off this time round. Oh.
Just went over the face of Dylan Fletcher. He just saw it and it just couldn't react in time.
No, there was a gap there, but it was a very small gap.
So on the halfway line, George Miller just lays it off and finds Cantwell. Oh, but a loose pass and turnover.
I think that's fatigue that you see there.
Is this the
Not
moment
quite
maybe?
ready for the ball on that occasion.
Is this maybe the moment for CSC knowing that they've got that good lead, maybe just to conserve it a bit?
I think so, yeah. They just need to play sensible touch and go through the motions of perhaps their strongest, most familiar plays, get themselves off every set so that they can preserve, and just be sensible in defence. They don't need to shoot anymore. But they will be aware that Crewe and Nantwich will have high energy levels.
Yeah,
so you can see not quite pushing off the line there, so we're getting a few penalties going Crewe and Nantwich's way. So we'll see if they can do anything with them. Looking to run some shots. Oh, that's a lovely ball, lovely hole.
Lucy Morris coming in there.
Yeah, she's playing really well in the middle there. She's really creating opportunities for them. She's dictating the play. She's a very strong player with them. There was a touch there. I thought there was no touch for a minute.
I know, I thought Olivia Harborough just got in there, but no, according to the referee, just a slight touch. Josh Bendel now over the 5 metre. Olivia Harborough coming through, but that touch. Oh,
that
no.
was very close indeed. He must have just got her shirt on that occasion. That was really close.
They do say it is a game of honesty, don't they? Touch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you've just got to take it. Everyone is pretty good, to be fair. And pretty good at admitting if they didn't make the touch. I think we're a pretty good community that way. Especially at this level when everyone's playing to a high standard.
So over the halfway line, more central position, looking to go over to that far side now is Richard King. Picking it up is William Simpson involved now into the central. Into the centre now. Oh, just maybe a lack of communication then just at the line.
Yeah, that was a nice play by CSSC. They're getting the two girls in there to set up the play and running some lovely lines. Just couldn't get the ball to hands on that occasion.
So over the 10 metre mark, driving forward, touch. Oliver Holmes now.
Fifth coming, we might be seeing a bit of fatigue for this Crewe and Nantwich team. Maybe not by number 18, who's very steppy indeed.
Yeah. Trying to dictate things was Ollie Holmes. Screaming for his players to move out. But oh, look at this, a lung-bursting run.
Oh, good cover though behind, which is lucky.
Will Simpson, that was, making that run from deep and having to make his way off. Daniel Wines now.
Well, this is where they need to push up because CSSC didn't have many players on. So it's good to take the space in that occasion so they don't have much.
Diving for the line and
he did get it, yeah.
Fantastic.
Winger didn't quite make the touch there, so he's hit the hole quite nicely.
Sion Atkins, big frame, diving for the line and gets it, and that lead has extended for CSSC London 2s. And they are well on their way for victory in our third game.
No, they're definitely the better side today. They've worked really hard, driving really effectively, and just had a lovely flow about them as they approached the game, approached the line, sorry. And Crewe and Nantwich is an important game for them because they will learn from this. And they'll see how hard CSSC have driven against them, and they'll want to do the same against other teams. So it is, as we said earlier, it's a great learning opportunity. Oh, that was a lovely dive. Just made the touch, number 17 there.
It was Josh Bendel for Crewe and Nantwich just going through, and Daniel Wines for CSSC London 2s making that critical touch. But yeah, still plenty of touch rugby to play for these sides, and plenty of opportunities to improve the skills and to become more tactically aware.
Yeah, I think all teams will have 3 games today, set them up for tomorrow, and this weekend is the finals weekend for the NTS, so it's all to play for in both divisions, and when we go into the 3 divisions tomorrow.
Absolutely, yeah, we'll have those critical knockout games tomorrow, which are always very exciting to watch.
Yes, and you'll find on pitch 1 that they might be a little bit closer than this one that we're watching.
That's another one added to the score.
But just as hard fought, I'm sure.
And And CSSC, this is becoming a bit of an exhibition now.
It is. They can really lay off the gas, actually. I think they're ahead by quite a bit. But it's a good opportunity for Crewe and Nantwich to go through the motions of their plays.
4 minutes remaining of this second half.
4 minutes, you can see everyone is very warm out there indeed. Probably wishing it was only 1 minute to go.
And as the heat rises and rises here in Oxford as
it must be well into the 30s now. It feels pretty warm.
it certainly does, doesn't it? And can Crewe and Nantwich,
Oh, that's a lovely dive. Is it down? No, touch made.
referee, yeah, just indicating that touch.
They're ever so close when they get to the line, aren't they? The dives, they're really fingertips that are getting them. So they are unlucky sometimes. Good positioning by CSSC, but they are making some really good moves.
And they've
for the
actually,
line.
it feels like they've grown into the game a lot as throughout the first and the second half. Looked a lot more confident.
Definitely. I'm sure CSSC don't think it feels as big a lead as what they've got, because they are having to work quite hard for it.
Driving forward.
Oh, good pressure there by the winger, causing the mistake by CSSC and giving Crewe and Nantwich another opportunity to go forward.
Over the 10 metre, going through into a more central route. To Mascarenas onto the field for Crewe and Nantwich. Olivia Harbour is there.
I think Crewe and Nantwich have quite a few JTC players in here, don't they? So playing the England level at their age category. So they are quite young and inexperienced, but they are producing some really lovely plays at times, just like we've seen there.
Yeah, certainly ones for them. They've got players who will develop over the years, and that's all. I think that's always good to have young players coming through.
Oh, it's how the sport keeps going, isn't it?
Exactly.
All about the youngsters coming through and the oldies passing on all their knowledge. I mean, touch is great like that. We have so many age categories, actually, when you get to the high levels, that you can continue playing for as long as you like, really. I think it goes up to men's 50s now.
Yeah, it really is a game for everyone of any age, is touch rugby, and that is the beauty of the sport.
Absolutely. For as long as your body will let you, I suppose.
Of course, yeah. So as CSSC London were just coming forward, turnover possession deep in the Crewe and Nantwich half, heading towards the 10 metre mark. Trying to get towards, just creeping their way towards the halfway line. Danny Hampson just to the right. Josh Bendel's now in possession. Bendel coming forward. And that goes the hooter. And there are the handshakes. And it's full time in our third game of the day. And it's a comprehensive win for CSSC London 2s over Crewe and Nantwich. And that wraps up our third game of the day, and we've still got plenty more to come. Well, thank you very much for joining me in the commentary box, and we'll now move on to our fourth game of the day. So don't go anywhere, still plenty more touch rugby still to come. It's set to be a cracking afternoon.